Hello and welcome to the ePREMIER League Invitational. I'm Adam Smith and pleased to say I will be alongside Joe Tomlinson and Harry Pinero as we have been all day. This is day 3 going into our last match of the day, Joe, as we look to find out who is the ultimate FIFA 20 player in the Premier League, mate.
Yeah, there have been some unbelievable performances so far. We'll recap those in just a moment. But a quick reminder for everybody watching at home, please do stay at home and help save lives. It's very important right now. The prize fund from this ePremier League Invitational tournament as well is being donated to the Players Together initiative. So it's great to see. We've got one final match coming your way today then. This one sees celebrity fan Josh Franceschi representing Arsenal, and he'll be taking on Dwight McNeil of Burnley. Two players that are feeling the pressure right now, I'm sure, sat at home. But for the people that are just joining the stream now, Smithy, maybe they missed the first 3 games, maybe they missed the last couple of days. Just take us through some of the rules.
Joe, I hope they haven't missed the last 3 games because there's so much to talk about in these games, which we will come on to. But what action you have missed, yes, you are right. These are the all-important tournament rules. The EPL Invitational is a knockout tournament. You lose 1 game and you are out. As simple as that. There will be 1 game per round. Every single Premier League club is represented either by a player from their squad or a celebrity fan. We are down to our last celebrity fan, and that is Josh, who is playing today for Arsenal. These are the in-game rules that you need to be aware of. 2 6-minute halves, and in the event of a draw, a golden goal will be used to determine the winner. We've not seen golden goal yet. Will this be the first time we see it? 85 rated Premier League squads in kickoff mode, Joe, as we find out who is the ultimate FIFA 20 player.
Yeah, just a reminder of the draw in case you missed any of yesterday's action. Manchester United crashed out. Tom Grennan losing 5-1 to Trent Alexander-Arnold's Liverpool in a big rivalry. Tottenham lost to Newcastle. That was Moussa Sissoko against Christian Atsu. Chelsea got a hammering. Reece James lost 8-0 to Andre Gomez. He took some heat online for that one. Manchester City beat Crystal Palace 5-4. That saw Raheem Sterling progress past Wilfried Zaha. Today, one of the most outstanding performances of the entire tournament in Diogo Jota. He's the top trend in the UK right now. He put 8 past Wilfried Ndidi, who managed to get 2 himself. Todd Cantwell, the tournament favourite, then crashed out in a shock game that saw Lys Mousset's Sheffield United beat Norwich 6-2. The game before this saw a really tactical matchup. Brighton beating Bournemouth 4-2. Neil Maupay progressing past that. And we're about to witness Arsenal versus Burnley, the last celebrity fan standing, Josh Franceschi against Dwight McNeil. What a day's play we've had so far, Smith.
And breathe, Joe, because it has been one of those days. And let's recap all the action that you may have seen earlier or may have missed. Our first game was Diogo Jota of Wolves going up against Wilfried Ndidi of Leicester. It started off quite cagey, Diogo Jota getting the first, but Wilfried Ndidi getting back into it with the equaliser. So a tough and a close fought opening 20 minutes. But after that, it was plain sailing for Diogo Jota, who ran right. You can see what it meant to Wilfried Ndidi with the body language there. He had to turn away. Diogo Jota scoring with Diogo Jota on many occasions. He had the armband on his own in-game character. Diogo Jota scoring, we saw Jimenez scoring, we saw Traore scoring, and Ndidi did get back into it briefly until we saw the goal of the match on the 70-minute mark to make it 7-2. And then could he score an 8th goal? Indeed he did, Diogo Jota, making it 8-2. Raul Jimenez and Diogo Jota linking up just like they've been doing in the Premier League all season. And Wolverhampton Wanderers advance. Our second game saw tournament favourite Todd Cantwell for Norwich go up against Lys Mousset of Sheffield United. Many people tipped Todd Cantwell to win this, and many people tipping Todd Cantwell to go all the way. He did find an early lead in the second half to make it 2-1. But after that, it was all Lys Mousset. Lys talked himself down in the pre-match build-up, saying he's an okay FIFA player. We all expected Todd to go and win this one. Apologies to Lys because he proved to be an absolutely fantastic FIFA player. A range of goals. And this match finished Norwich City 2, Sheffield United 6, Lys Mousset getting that W. Our last match was Neil Maupay of Brighton and Hove Albion against Philip Billing of Bournemouth. And this was one of the best tactical displays we've witnessed all tournament. Neil Maupay scoring, Philip Billing getting right back into it. Neil Maupay scoring again. But as we were about to see, Philip Billing getting right back into it again. Great defensive display early on from Philip Billing. But possession stats, we saw 68% possession in the first half alone from Neil Maupay. And we thought it might be heading to golden goal until Neil burst through. All 4 goals scored by Glenn Murray, who Neil Maupay described as the GOAT in the game. Neil Maupay advancing, and Glenn Murray, 8 goals in 2 games. And he described him as the GOAT, Joe. He's playing well.
Yeah, he is unbelievable, isn't he? Of course, his 85 mode really helping out Neil Maupay there. He's got to grips with the game. A tactical masterclass, I think it's fair to say, that saw him have over 60% possession. Really nullified Philip Billing that way. A brilliant performance, one of the best we've seen so far, Smiths.
Yes, and I'm pleased to say we are almost ready to go, and our players are with us. Josh Franceschi from UME at 6, representing Arsenal. There he is in his Arsenal shirt. Now, Josh, last game you said you were nervous, you said you were stressed. How are you feeling going into this one? Have you calmed down a bit?
Yeah, I've calmed down a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. A lot of my friends have been saying this article they've seen in the Burnley Express about Dwight and how he's a cheeky FIFA player. So that sort of riled me up a little bit. Got me a bit nervous, a bit worried. Just don't want to get thrashed, basically. So yeah, that's the game plan. Don't get smashed.
The game plan is don't get smashed. An interesting game plan. Not heard that before. I'm going to ask you about Dwight in a minute, but just give us an insight into how proud it is and how honoured, and also the pressure that comes with representing your club as a fan, because you are the last celebrity fan left in this tournament.
It's just a bit outrageous that I'm playing for Arsenal, to be honest. It makes no sense. I've had so many Arsenal fans hit me up on social media, just being like, "Do you have any idea how we wish we were you right now?" So yeah, feel very honoured, feeling the weight a little bit, but as of right now, I'm an Arsenal player. For the next half an hour, I can say that. So I'm going to try and enjoy it as much as possible.
Josh, let's be honest, let's be fair. This is the closest you'll come to playing for Arsenal, right?
Oh, I wouldn't say that. You never know. Arteta might be watching. You might be thinking, well, he can do that with the controller. What can he do with his feet? That's what he might be saying. So, yeah.
I love the confidence. Quickly, obviously, now we're at the stage where every player has played one game, so you do have the opportunity to have seen Dwight's earlier match. What do you know about Dwight McNeil on FIFA? You spoke briefly earlier. He seems to be a very decent player.
Yeah, I haven't watched this match, to be honest. Not because I wasn't interested, just because I didn't want to freak myself out. So if I saw him absolutely battering somebody, I didn't feel that was going to be good for my psyche. So I've gone with ignorance is bliss sort of game method, and I'll try and feel him out early doors and see what happens.
There we go. Thank you very much, Josh. Joe, great hearing from
Cheers.
Josh there. Ignorance is bliss. I might get a call up from Arteta and he just plans not to get smashed. Great insight from Josh there.
Yeah, great insight. And Dwight joins us as well. Dwight, we know that you have been watching some of the games so far today. What have you made of the play so far?
Yeah, I think everyone's been really good. The Sheffield United game was surprising because obviously Todd was favourite to win the tournament. But no, it just shows anything can happen in this tournament.
And how are you feeling about Josh Franceschi? Are you going to change any tactics going into this one from last week?
No, just same game plan. Hopefully get the win and progress into the next round.
Yeah, did you manage to catch any of Josh's game plan? Do you think you can take anything from it if you did?
I just seen he scored hat-trick, didn't we, Aubameyang? So he's dangerous for him. Got to watch out for him.
So how do you plan to nullify Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang? Josh talked about him as one of his favourite players. Obviously, you said then got the hat-trick in the first game. Any insight into how you're going to nullify him?
Just try and close it down at every opportunity he gets a ball, but hopefully I'll have more of the ball so he nullifies his chances.
There we go then, Smithy. I think two players that just want to get on with the game now. Lots of nerves in the house.
Yeah, lots of nerves. Both keeping themselves hydrated early on, I've noticed. It should be very good. Right, before we get into it, we can go to a bit of our FIFA quiz. We're going to go into our FIFA quiz. So as we know, we're going to quiz both players on their FIFA knowledge. Now, I know that you both enjoyed this in your earlier games, so we're going to carry on. Josh, 3 questions for you firstly, and then Dwight, I'll ask you 3 questions all around FIFA 20 just to test your knowledge. So Josh Franceschi, first question. Who do you think is higher rated on FIFA 20, David Luiz or Socrates?
David Luiz, maybe?
David Luiz 83, Socrates 84. So it is incorrect. So it's 0 out of 1. I know you're very competitive, so we'll move straight on to question 2. Which goalkeeper do you think, Josh, has the best handling, Leno or Pope?
I got to back the German, surely, Leno.
It's very close, this. Pope 80. Leno 81. You are correct. Josh, I love the deep breaths you're taking before each answer. Can you just talk to me?
It's important. This is all part of the psychological warfare, isn't it, between Dwight and I? So, if I get these right, he's on the back foot from the word go, isn't he?
He's on the back foot from the word go, as you quite rightly say. So this is a big question, Josh. I love how seriously you're taking this. Last question for you. Who is the slowest player on the Arsenal team? Is it Granit Xhaka or Rob Holding? So who's slower, Granit Xhaka or Rob Holding?
I mean, obviously they're both very fast, but I'm gonna go with the slowest. Yeah, the slowest I think is Granit out of the two.
Rob Holding 60, Granit Xhaka 51. Rob. You are correct. There we go. You are correct. 2 out of 3. Josh, you said this is important to you, getting a psychological battle. 2 out of 3. Did you take that?
I'll take it, mate. Of course. Yeah. Why not?
Why not? Okay, Dwight, we know that you are very knowledgeable on FIFA, so let's get straight into it. First question, who do you think has better passing, Jeff Hendrick or Mathieu Guendouzi?
There you go, Jeff.
Oh, it's very tight, this. Guendouzi 73, Hendrick 74. You are right. It's 1 out of 1. Look at them both staying hydrated. There's a lot of nerves flying about in this game. Next question. Who do you think has better balance, Dwight? Aaron Lennon or Alexandre Lacazette? So better balance, according to FIFA 20, between Lennon and Lacazette.
I'm going to go for Lacazette.
Lacazette 85, Lennon 90. It's Aaron Lennon, so it's incorrect. Yeah, 1 out of 2. So this for the equaliser, or if you get it wrong, Josh wins the quiz. Last question for Dwight McNeil. Who has the better penalty-taking stat, Chris Wood or Ashley Barnes?
Here you go, Barnesy.
Barnes 80, Wood 81. It's incorrect, Josh, which means you win the quiz. And as you said earlier, the psychological
on penalties as well.
Yeah, he won't be happy with you. You got that wrong, Dwight. Josh, what does it mean to you to win that?
Everything. Career high like that.
Love it. Okay. I love how competitive this is. I love how the nerves are flying around. Congratulations to Josh. We're almost ready to go for the game. Let's bring in our other co-presenter. Delighted to say that Joe and I, throughout these days, are joined by our good friend, presenter, entertainer, Harry Pinheiro. Harry, great to have you on board. And Josh, getting the early psychological battle here in this one.
A psychological advantage now, which could actually, be very, very... Hello?
Yeah, we've got you, Harry.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I thought you couldn't hear me there. So, yeah, I feel like Josh is going to use that to his advantage. But like I said, these are two underdogs. We haven't really spoken too much about them, which isn't their fault. It's just been a lot of wiping going on. But this should be a very, very good game. I feel like we've seen a lot from Dwight in his last game to see he can do well. So, yeah, very excited, Joe.
Yeah, really excited to see. Obviously, either of these players, whoever goes through, is going to face a very, very tough game against Neil Maupay in the next round. And then if they get past Neil Maupay, they could face one of Lys Mousset, who would be an underdog, I think it's fair to say. We hadn't spoken about him pre-game, but he obviously wiped the floor with Todd Cantwell early doors and Diogo Jota, who has put in the best display, in my opinion, so far in this tournament. Both of these players, if you missed their first games, managed to get to this stage by winning. Burnley beat West Ham 3-2. Dwight McNeil getting the better of Ryan Fredericks, who actually managed to come back into the game. There is an early chance here for Burnley. You're looking to clear the ball. It's a bit of a scramble in the box. Just see how this one plays out. Here's a chance for Arsenal, early doors. Oh, fantastic chance for Arsenal and a great save by Nick Pope in goal for Burnley. And that one just fizzles out. And Josh, as I was talking about there, managed to get to this round by beating Nathaniel Chalobah 4-3. Again, nearly saw a comeback in that one. Chalobah coming back, but Josh Franceschi with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang having enough in the game, Smithy.
Yeah, exactly that. As you said, both of them narrow victories, as you say. Josh winning 4-3 against Watford. Dwight winning 3-2 against West Ham in our earlier round. They've both said that they've seen bits of each other play. So not a lot separating them at this stage. Not a lot separating Arsenal and Burnley in the Premier League either, don't forget. Arsenal currently 9th with 40 points. Burnley 10th, 39 points. So only a point separating them, and there wasn't a lot separating the teams when they met in the Premier League. Burnley and Arsenal, it was a 0-0 draw at Turf Moor, and obviously at Arsenal, Arsenal winning that game 2-1. So, as I said, not a lot separating them. Dwight McNeil, of course, playing in those matches. Josh Franceschi didn't play in those matches because he is our celebrity fan, our last celebrity fan, although he did say Mikel Arteta may be watching him today. So if he has a good performance as he's smirking, you never know what the future holds. But Josh Franceschi, of course, lead singer of Yumi at 6, and it has been an Arsenal fan, season ticket holder for many years, as he said. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, his favourite player, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang was a big player for him in his first round, of course, scoring so many goals. So it'd be interesting to see how Aubameyang plays for Josh. Season ticket holder at Arsenal, and he said he's honoured and excited to be representing Arsenal as our last surviving celebrity player in this tournament, Joe.
Yeah, definitely. And we do think potentially there's a little bit more pressure on the celebrity players just because they're not used to playing out in the football fields, just like Dwight McNeil is stepping out for Burnley every week. This is something new for Josh Franceschi. But he started pretty well in this game, I have to say. He's had a good chance early doors, forced a great save from Tom Pope. We've seen loads of goals so far today, 24 in total already on day 3. The last match was the cagiest affair I think we've seen, just more of a chess match, really, than the entertaining football we've been used to seeing at the round of 16 stage. And I think that'll happen going forward, just as the quality of FIFA player does begin to go up a notch, Harry.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But Dwight sticking to the possession-based football, which he implemented in the first game, something he's very good at here. But I'm very intrigued to see how Josh uses these front three with Aubameyang, Pepe, because they was actually amazing last game. So we'll be intrigued to see how they do. But this is going to be a game of a tight game, and to see who's actually going to be able to break it, Joe.
Yeah, at the moment, Josh Franceschi just struggling to get out a little bit. Dwight McNeil playing some really nice stuff. Unlucky not to get something out of that attack because
come on, man.
He is passing it lovely around the edge of the box. And Josh Franceschi just struggling to get out of his own half here. Needs to get hold of the ball. Burnley chance. Burnley goal. Dwight McNeil goes 1-0 up. Big goal, Dwight. Talk us through what happened there.
No, I think it was just before good build-up play, but luckily we get the seconds ball, and it was a good finish from J-Rod.
Yeah, really good finish from Jay Rodriguez there, Smithy.
Yeah, lovely finish from Jay Rodriguez. I think you're absolutely right. Just going off on the point that you made earlier, I think what we saw in the early stages of this tournament, we saw one team taking early dominance, saw goals galore. But it's interesting that in our most recent games, so Brighton and Bournemouth, which is 4-2, now Arsenal Burnley, which again are the first 2 matches where we've seen players play for the second time. In both games, opposition just feeling each other out a bit, and the tactics have really been shown because the talent level has gone up a notch. And it's interesting to see in the players just feeling out the opposition. And as I say that, Joe, there's been the equalising goal. Big goal for Josh Franceschi for Arsenal. Josh, it's that man again, your favourite player, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, scoring once again for you.
Love the guy. What can you say? Always delivers.
Love the guy. What can you say? He does always deliver on the pitch, and he always delivers for Josh in the game. He's been one of the highest scoring players in this match for Arsenal, Joe. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, was there any doubt, Joe, when Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang had it, representing Josh, it would hit the back of the net? We've got a game on our hands now.
A really good move there just to come inside. Took Dwight a little bit by surprise, I think. 2 very different styles we can see here. Dwight McNeil using a similar style to Neil Maupay of that sort of slow, intricate build-up there. Josh Franceschi more direct, but both styles are working and having a lot of promise to them early doors here, it has to be said.
Yeah, absolutely right, Joe. And we talk about Dwight McNeil being a very good FIFA player. Of course, he's had a fantastic season for Burnley on the pitch in the Premier League. One of only 4 players to start every league game for Burnley this season. The youngest player to have started every Premier League game for their club this season as well. So he's having a great season. 5 Premier League assists this season, 3 goals. Created the most Premier League chances this season of any Burnley player, and second best crossing accuracy in the Premier League this season. He's had a brilliant season, and it looks like he's a very competitive FIFA player. He'll want to get the next goal in this game for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Burnley looking to make the most of little passing patterns around the edge of the box, and they just can't. It's really good defended by Josh Franceschi. Been very impressed by his defensive output in this first 40 minutes of gameplay, because we saw in the first game how much Ryan Fredericks struggled to contain Dwight McNeil when he was passing it around the edge of the box. Josh Franceschi doing a slightly better job, and here's another chance for Arsenal and another big save from the Burnley goalkeeper. This game is really open, Smithy.
It's really open, actually, yeah. 39 minutes on the clock, still 1-1. Of course, Dwight McNeil taking the lead. Josh Franceschi equalising courtesy of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Very tough one to call this. I think some people may have had Dwight's slight favourite going into this just based on the performances that we saw in the first round as Dwight goes through on goal. Now, this is a big chance to make it 2-1. Oh, just wide, Joe. Big chance in the game now. Will Dwight rue that missed chance?
Oh, yeah, interesting technique there. Looking to open the body of Jay Rodriguez up and curl it into the top corner. Some might be saying at home he probably should have gone for that front post special finish that's so synonymous with FIFA 20. But at the moment, this game is poised on a knife edge. We're 1 minute away from half-time. Of course, the winner of this game will go through to play Neil Maupay in the quarterfinals, and that is going to be a tough test for either of these players, judging by how well he's done in the first 2 games. He's put 10 goals in the net across those 2 fixtures against Philip Billing and John McGinn. So it's going to be tough. Looks like at half-time in the Burnley-Arsenal game, we're going to go in at 1-1, Smithy.
Yes, 1-1. There is the half-time whistle. Let's get a quick word with the guys. Josh, 1-1. Very tight game, this. How do you assess your first half performance, Josh?
Needs to get on the ball more. That is the problem. When Dwight's on the ball, I can't get the ball off him, clearly, as you can see. But, yeah, just get on the ball a bit more, I reckon.
Yeah, Dwight, you have had a lot of the possession. Dwight, 1-1, evenly poised, very close game. What do you make of your opponent going into the second half?
Yeah, he's good. I've got a lot of respect for him. I would say Aubameyang, the danger man, couldn't stop him.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're ready to go with the second half. Interesting to hear the thoughts of the players at the halfway stage. And Joe, another player that we spoke about. We spoke about many players that have performed well in the game. Glenn Murray, Neil Maupay described as the GOAT earlier because he scored 8 goals from in 2 games. And Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is another player that has featured very well and scored a lot of goals for Josh Franceschi in this tournament. The second half is, of course, underway. Burnley 1, Arsenal 1. Just a reminder, the winner of this match will play Neil Maupay of Brighton in our quarter-final. This is the last game of the day to complete our quarter-final lineup, which we will, of course, bring you all the quarter-final matchups tomorrow, day 4 of the tournament. And then Saturday is our finals day, both semi-finals and the final on Saturday. So excited to bring you this. Harry Pinheiro, it's been a great game, this one. Josh and Dwight, we just can't separate them at this stage, mate.
And this is the type of game that we actually wanted. We wanted a tight game. We wanted a tight affair. Something to prove who's actually the better player. And Josh is actually doing a great job actually representing Arsenal. Arteta's definitely going to be watching this thinking brand new signing coming when the season starts. But yeah, Dwight's doing well as well. Very, very contested. Fair, great save by Leno. It's actually a great defending performance by both of them as well. We're seeing some great defending, Joe.
Oh, that was an epic goalmouth scramble there. 3 attempts in about 3 seconds for Burnley. Really good goalkeeping, really good defending yet again by Josh Franceschi, who's now looking to hit him on the break. Here's a chance. There's a call for a penalty from Josh, but nothing doing there. At the moment, this game remains on a knife edge. Burnley 1, Arsenal 1. 2 players that have already played 1 game, of course, to get to this stage. 2 of just 4 players to have managed to play 1 game. Obviously, a little bit unfortunate not to get a bye through to the last 16. This is the last game of the last 16. Quarter-final stage up tomorrow. Some epic encounters. And Burnley on the front foot here, just looking to pick passes in between the lines on the edge of the area. Can he manage to find that final ball?
Yeah, that's it, Joe. You're quite right. Dwight's had a lot of the ball, a lot of possession, a lot of build-up play, but Josh defending very well in this tournament. Dwight with the ball again, but once again defended well from Josh Franceschi. And just a reminder, this will go to golden goal if it remains 1-1 or the scores are level at the 90-minute mark. We haven't had a golden goal yet in this tournament. Chance for Burnley, and there it is. There is the goal. Big moment in the game. Dwight McNeil makes it 2-1 against Arsenal. Josh Franceschi looks devastated. And it's that man again, Jay Rodriguez, Dwight McNeil. Big moment in the game for you there, mate.
Yeah, just had a bit more of the ball in the last second half, but got a bit fortunate there with Jeff taking over, but goal to goal.
Yeah, a goal is a goal, Joe. Back underway, 2-1, 63 minutes on the clock. J-Rod again, another player that's performing well for Dwight McNeil. And Josh now needs to change it up. Be interesting to see, Joe, if we see Josh make any tactical changes, make any substitutions, because the clock, we'll soon find out that this will go very quickly, these next 25 minutes for Josh.
Yeah, I think he'll be kicking himself a little bit there, Josh Franceschi. He gave the ball away on the edge of the area, of course, that led to that goal. And there's another chance for Burnley here, but good defending by David Luiz at the back for Arsenal. Dwight also did get a little bit fortunate. He spoke about Jeff Hendrick taking over there. Don't think he meant that little side pass, but nevertheless, it did result in a goal. We've got some more great encounters coming up for you over the next couple of days. You'll see some quarterfinals tomorrow. Liverpool, Newcastle, Everton, Man City as Arsenal break forward. The chop from Nicolas Pepe plays it across the box. A big chance, but great defending by Dwight McNeil. Fantastic covering tackle. And now he'll look to break as well. He's in behind. It's a long, lofted ball over the top. Dwight McNeil with his own character. Slightly wasteful there, Smithy.
Yeah, big defensive moment there from Dwight McNeil. Did well, and long ball upfield on the counter-attack, but well saved from Leno. And we have seen that it is all Burnley in possession, particularly in this second half. So this could be Dwight looking to kill the game off if he can get a goal here. Chance for Burnley. Oh, it's just wide. Joe, big moment.
Yeah, big moment there. And it looks like there's going to be a few tactical tweaks to the systems here. I think Dwight might just drop a little bit more defensive. Not long left in the game. Dwight, do you want to just talk us through these tactical shifts? Are you going defensive now?
A bit more, but that could be also costly because that could invite more pressure.
And Josh, are you planning to make any changes at all?
Yeah, I'm changing some of the personnel, just because I think I need a certain German to come on.
Are we talking about Mesut Ozil here, Josh?
We are talking about Mesut Ozil. We are.
Well, we've not got long left in this game, so Josh will be hoping that Mesut Ozil will have a big impact in the final 15 minutes. At the moment, Burnley lead Arsenal 2-1. Dwight McNeil will be going through to face Neil Maupay in the quarterfinals tomorrow. You're also going to see Trent Alexander-Arnold versus Christian Atsu. You're going to see an epic clash between Andre Gomez, who beat Chelsea 8-0, and Raheem Sterling. Then tournament, well, one of the best players we've seen in the tournament so far, Diogo Jota, will take on surprise package Lys Mousset. So plenty of action to look forward to, Adam.
Yeah, exactly that. Plenty of action to look forward to. And what's been fascinating in this tournament is there's so many players that we didn't really talk up at the start. Two of them, most notable, Andre Gomez, who no one was really speaking about as one of the favourites. 8-0 victory against Reece James in his opening match. And another player was Lys Mousset, one that we didn't really give enough airtime to in terms of how we spoke about him. Another chance here. Oh, big save. But another player that we didn't really speak about too much. Scramble going on. But Lys Mousset, once again, a big win as he defeated Todd Cantwell, many people's favourite in his game. Chance for Burnley. There is the all-important goal. Surely that is going to be the goal that takes Dwight McNeil through to the next round. 10 minutes left on the clock. It is Burnley 3, Arsenal 1. Dwight, you breathed a big sigh of relief there. Is that the goal you think that takes you through to the next round?
Just gives me that extra breathing space. I was fortunate enough. I'll have to read him from the throw.
Josh, anything you can do now? And any substitutions, any tactical change you can do? Big last 10 minutes from you, Josh.
Yeah, I don't know, mate. That was a nightmare. I don't understand why he's throwing it like that. But the FIFA gods have gone against me in that moment. It's a shame. You don't want to see that.
Big 10 minutes left from Josh. Let's go to Harry. Harry, you've been looking at the fan comments all day. A lot of Burnley fans watching this, a lot of Arsenal fans watching this. What's the reaction that you've got for us?
Yeah, a lot of Burnley fans are saying, Dwight McNeil, we need another goal from you. So maybe you can sneak that in with the last 10 minutes to go of the game. But a lot of Arsenal fans still think Josh has got it in him. He just needs to use Aubameyang more. But Joe, good game so far. Great game by Dwight McNeil, I must say.
Yeah, although Josh must be absolutely kicking himself to roll it out to Dwight McNeil at this level. Absolutely heartbreaking. And of course, gave the ball away in quite an comfortable position as well for the second goal. So Dwight McNeil maybe having 2 gifts on his plate really from Josh Franceschi. Slightly fortunate to do that, but he's taken his chances really, really well today. And now you're just seeing Dwight McNeil keeping hold of the ball, a bit of game management from the Burnley winger. Very smart play, and we know how hard it is to get it off him. Plenty of the ball in the first half, and look at this. This is classic FIFA tactics. You hate it when your friend does it to you, but they just pass it round the back. You can't get the ball off them, Harry. What would you be doing right now, Harry, if this was happening to you?
I think this is internally can make someone cry, because this is probably the hardest part of it, is when you can't get the ball off someone, especially someone like Dwight McNeil, who's based on possession, and it's a well-deserved victory, but this is probably the worst thing that can happen during the last 5 minutes of a game. But credit where credit's due, Dwight McNeil has been the better player, but it's been a tough game. Josh has done amazing, though, to try and actually break down this defence.
Yeah, it looks like, Joe, really this is going to be the end of the match. Dwight McNeil with the last chance of the game, is it? No, it's not. That is the full-time whistle. It finishes Burnley 3, Arsenal 1. Dwight McNeil breathing a sigh of relief. Dwight, great game. How do you assess your performance there, Dwight?
Yeah, I thought it did well. He reacted well after the first goal, because he came straight back with a goal from Aubameyang. But no, just couple of lucky goals, yeah, I'll admit. But the main thing, we got the win.
Josh, what do you want to say to Dwight there after that game? Very closely fought game, that.
Yeah, well played, man. Thing with FIFA is when someone's got the ball and they retain the ball like Dwight was doing, it's very difficult to even get into a rhythm, because you're just defending the whole game, pretty much. But 2 massive mistakes for me as throwing the ball out like that. Bad stuff. So there you go.
You look gutted with that. That is your fun white last year. How enjoyable was it? Obviously representing Arsenal. That is your tournament over. But obviously, as our last celebrity fan standing in the tournament, how much did you gain from representing Arsenal?
Oh, it's been amazing. Yeah, can't say thank you enough to them for letting me doing it. And good luck to Dwight and all the other lads in the tournament for the rest of it.
And would you like to see Dwight go all the way now, so that you can say that you lost to the eventual winner? Are you rooting for Dwight McNeil now?
Always. Yeah, if you're going to lose, you want to lose to the champ, don't you? So I want him to go and win it now. Otherwise, what was the point? In the pain.
Okay, the point and the pain. Dwight, great game. Credit to your opponent there. Your next match, you're going to be up against Neil Maupay of Brighton. Now, I know that you've been watching a lot of these matches. That is a tough quarter-final match you've got.
Yeah, excuse me, tough game. I've heard he keeps the ball well, a bit like me. But be an interesting game, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we heard earlier Glenn Murray being described as the GOAT from your future opponent, Neil Maupay. Is J-Rod the Burnley GOAT for you in FIFA 20?
For scoring goals, yeah, J-Rod. Woody pops up with one at the end as well. But no, yeah, J-Rod at the minute is my go-to man.
Love it. Thanks very much, Josh. Thank you very much for being part of this and for representing Arsenal. Commiserations.
Thank you.
Dwight, congratulations. We'll see you again very soon. Congratulations on the win, mate.
Cheers, thank you.
Cheers, lads.
Joe, very close game, that one, but I felt like Dwight did edge that in terms of chances, in terms of possession. But interesting to hear Josh kicking himself there, saying that obviously 2 of the goals Josh felt he gifted to Dwight.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? The second and the third goals, really, really irritating if you're Josh Franceschi. They're the sort of goals you hate giving away against your friends, let alone at tournament level. And Dwight McNeil will punish you. And once you slip behind against a player like Dwight, it's so hard to recover. Josh talked about there how hard it is to get the ball off him. The same could be said of Neil Maupay. So in the next round, those 2 sides that both want the ball, both try and be ball dominant, we're in for an epic encounter.
Yeah, Harry, it's been an unbelievable day, hasn't it? Another 4 great games. Did you see that the tactics slightly changed, though, as we're advancing into the rounds? We saw a lot of goals on day 1, a lot of goals on day 2. But in the last few matches, it was more about players feeling themselves out, and a slight tactical change we felt in the last 2 games.
Yeah, you've got to be very smart with your approach when it comes to the latter stages of the competition, especially with the quality of players that we've seen. So, yeah, definitely getting more tight. And I think the possession-based players, I've got an advantage because it's all about keeping the ball as much as possible in these tight situations. But I think it's set up for a very, very good quarterfinal. We've got like amazing players who are scoring high goals. So maybe it's going to be low scoring towards the end of the following stages. So I can't wait for it, man. It's been a great game. And I think some of the celebrity players can actually, hold their head up high because they have represented against some very, very good players. So no harm has been done here.
Yeah, well said. Well done to Josh. Well done to Tom Grennan as well, being celebrity players, because a lot on their shoulders representing their beloved clubs. Joe, what has been your highlight today as we end the third day? Do you have a highlight, a favourite moment from today's play?
Do you know what? I think it's got to be Diogo Jota playing in a kit, scoring 4 goals with himself, captaining himself as well, putting in one of the best displays of the tournament. I have to say, Diogo Jota, for me, one of the favourites to win it.
Yeah, Harry, highlight for you from today?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Joe there. I wasn't expecting Jota to be so good. He ended up trending on Twitter, so you can only imagine how good he was. But yeah, I think he was a very, very, very good player. And I'm looking forward to see how he goes against in the quarterfinals as well, Joe.
Definitely.
Yeah, we can bring you what this means then for the tournament. As we said, that is the end of day 3, and this is what you've been witnessing on our third of 5-day coverage for the EPL Invitational. Wolves, the man that we spoke about there, Diogo Jota, beating Leicester's Wilfred Ndidi 8-2. Our second game saw tournament favourite Todd Cantwell in his very first game lose 6-2 to outsider Lys Mousset. Another one to look out for in this tournament. And then we went to Neil Mopai against Philip Billing, and Neil Mopai winning that one 4-2. And our final game that you've just witnessed, Josh Franceschi from Yumi at 6, our last remaining celebrity player, losing 3-1 to Dwight McNeil. So now we have confirmation of our quarter-final lineup. And just to confirm, all the quarter-finals we will bring to you tomorrow on day 4. Quarter-finals are as follows. On the left-hand side, you have Liverpool against Newcastle, which has thrown up some classic games in the Premier League over the years. Will it give us a classic tomorrow? That is Trent Alexander-Arnold against Christian Atsu. We've got Everton against Man City in that side. The winners of those two will meet in the semi-final, of course. And then on the right-hand side, Wolverhampton Wanderers against Sheffield United. And our fourth and final quarter-final, which has just been completed, just been confirmed, is Brighton against Burnley. So there we go, Joe. Some big quarter-finals to look forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm going to have my eye, to be honest with you, on the Andre Gomez, Raheem Sterling game. We didn't expect Raheem Sterling to beat Wilfried Zaha. He put 5 past him. We didn't expect Andre Gomez to beat Reece James, and he beat him 8-0. So that game could finish about 10-all.
Yeah, I think the other one that's interesting is Diogo Jota against Lys Mousset, because as good as Diogo's been, let's not forget Lys Mousset beat the favourite Todd Cantwell. So Wolves Sheffield United is another tough game to call, Harry.
Definitely. I think he was an underdog. He kept it very, very quiet, didn't say too much, and absolutely showed that he actually should have been a contender and knocked out one of the favourites in the first game that he played. So it's going to be a tough one. But like I said, I think all the elite players are in the quarterfinals. So I can't wait for it to end.
Okay, so that is the end of our third day. Big thanks to all of you for joining us. From myself, Joe and Harry. We'll be back again tomorrow, 12 o'clock. Come and join us for our 4 quarterfinals. And just a reminder, please do all stay home, stay safe and save lives. We'll see you again tomorrow, 12 o'clock. Bye-bye.